students, I am Sumathi. I am working in G.K.Jain school. Today I teach the lesson for 9th standard social science. Lesson name is Atmosphere. In this lesson, to understand the composition of atmosphere, then to differentiate weather and climate, then to correlate the factor influencing weather and climate. Next one is classification of cloud, wind and rainfall. We will see one by one. Atmosphere. The composition of atmosphere. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is a mixture of gases, water vapor and dust particles in different proportions. It contains nitrogen 78% and oxygen 21% are permanent gases of the atmosphere. They constitute 99% of the total composition and their percentages always remain the same without any change. Next one is structure of the atmosphere. The atmosphere is thick near the earth's surface and thins out until it eventually merges with space. The 5 atmosphere layers are: number 1 troposphere, number 2 stratosphere, number 3 mesosphere, number 4 thermosphere, number 5 exosphere. We will see one by one. Troposphere. This is the one of the layer of the structure of the atmosphere. The lowest layer of the atmosphere is the troposphere. The Greek word tropos means turn or change. Turn or change. The layer extends up to 8 kilometers at the poles and up to 18 kilometers at the equator. Next layer is stratosphere. Stratosphere lies above the troposphere. Above the troposphere. It extends to a height of about 50 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Since this is a layer in a concentration of ozone molecules, it is also referred as ozone sphere. Next one is mesosphere. Mesosphere extends between 50 to 80 kilometers. The temperature increases with increasing height. Most of the meteors nearing the earth get burnt here. The uppermost limit of the mesosphere is mesopause. Next one is thermosphere. Thermosphere exits above the mesosphere. Exits above the mesosphere. It extends to about 600 kilometer. The composition of gases in the lower thermosphere is more or less uniform. Hence, it is called homosphere. Next one is exosphere. The uppermost layer of the atmosphere is called exosphere. This layer is extremely rarefied with gases and gradually merges with the outer space. The ozone is characterized by aurora australis and aurora borealis. Next one is we see the differentiation of weather and climate. What is weather difference? Is the study of atmospheric condition for short duration over small areas. Weather changes very often hour to hour and day to day. Third thing is a place can experience different types of weather conditions in a day. Example, a day with hot morning can have a rainy noon. Fourth one is study of weather is called meteorology. Fifth one is weather data is collected every day in the observation. Next one is climate. Climate is the study of the average weather condition observed over a long period of time for a larger area. Second thing is climate is more or less permanent and remains the same always. Third thing is a place can experience almost the same type of climate. Fourth one is study of climate is called climatology. Fifth one is climate is the average of the weather data. Next one is factors that influencing the weather and climate. There are some factors influencing weather and climate. Number 1, distance from the equator. Number 2, altitude. Number 3, nearness to the sea. Number 4, nature of the prevailing winds. Number 5, mountain barrier. Number 6, cloud cover. Number 7, ocean currents. Number 8, natural vegetation. Now we will see the classification of cloud, wind and rainfall. Classification of clouds, winds and rainfall. A visible mass of condensed water vapor floating in the air above the ground level is called a cloud. It is classified into the following types. High clouds, that is 6 to 20 km height. Low clouds, ground surface to 25 km height. Next one is middle clouds, 25 km to 6 km, that is 2.5 km to 6 km height. Next one is wind. The horizontal movement of air along the surface of the earth is called the wind. Types of wind. There are some types. Planetary winds, periodic winds, variable winds and local winds. Now we will see the last one, rainfall. Rainfall is the most predominant type of precipitation. Then moisture add and air masses rise upwards, forms clouds and bring rainfall. Based on the mechanisms of raising the air, there are 3 types of rainfall. Number 1, conventional rainfall. Number 2, frontal and cyclonic rainfall. Number 3, orographic rainfall. We will see one by one. Conventional rainfall. Conventional rainfall occurs regularly in the equatorial region in the evenings. Frontal and cyclonic rainfall. Cyclonic precipitation occurs during cyclones when air masses are made to coverage and move upward. Its cooling occurs. Next one is orographic rainfall. Orographic rainfall is also called as relief rainfall. Is caused when air is forced to rise against a high mountain. Thank you, students.